All right. Hello, 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 and welcome. We are live. Woo! Welcome to my first live show. My name is Tamiko Drummond. I am the brand success coach, and this is my Cup of Resilience show slash podcast. And I have a special guest today, Dr. Janine Ridgway. Thank you so much for being here, Dr. Ridgway.
Yeah, thank you for having me on your platform this evening.
You're so welcome. So I wanted everyone to know that everyone has a story about resilience. And on this platform, I just wanted to chat with people that I know, former clients of mine, current clients, for them to just share tips on how to be resilient to my audience and for myself. So just introduce Dr. Janine Ridgway. She is absolutely amazing. She is a chiropractor, a naturopathic doctor, and the only one that I refer my friends to, anyone I know that needs a doctor, I refer them to Dr. Ridgway. She has a cash only practice in Marietta, Georgia. Again, that is cash only, right? And she's doing extremely, extremely well. She also has remote programs. And when I tell you, she's just absolutely the best. So today we will be talking about resistance factors, how to recognize stress, and she's going to give us tips on how to make you feel better now. Thanks for being here, Dr. Ridgway.
Well, thank you so much for having me. And before we get into that topic, which I think is so vital and so timely, I got to give it back to you, my sister, because you, Tamiko Drummond, the brand success coach, have helped me so much in my business. After years of working in larger practices and working for other doctors and kind of working under not so ideal circumstances, which is actually where we met.
Yes.
We both worked for a larger clinic, and I can tell you just from working with Tamiko for several years, I saw her passion for her work, no matter what she does, no matter what arena. She always put her all into it. She was amazing with client relations, with patient relations, with admin, just everything, management skills. I mean, she was just amazing. And so, she was somebody that I knew I wanted to have in my circle. And so years later, I call her my sister now. She has just been a fabulous friend. But she's actually the one that I turn to when I have big business decisions to make. And so I want to let you know that what she has done for me is, you see the cute little logo behind me?
Yes.
Drummond is the one who was instrumental in helping me when I decided to start out. I was scared. I wasn't prepared. I didn't have money stored away. I had to kind of put things together on the fly. And she was really the one that helped me to find the resources, helped me to get my logo together and helped me to get just protocols and paperwork and things in order. She's all about taking your ideas and helping you to put it in order and just get the maximum benefit out of whatever you're doing. And so what she's truly really helped me do is to brand myself. She always told me, you've got to let people know you, because when they know you, they'll love you, they'll come to see you, they'll know what you do. And so she's really been instrumental in helping me to get out of the box, helping me to overcome fears. For years and years, fear was the main thing that held me back. She would tell me for years, you need to go live. You need to get out there. You need to be seen. You need to do talks. And I was like, no, I don't want to do that. I finally decided to listen to her. Everything changed. And so now she's helping me to rebrand my website, and she's helping me with some projects that she's been after me for years on, and I kind of drug my feet. But I have to say, I should have listened sooner, because every time I do, things change in a drastic way. So thank you, Tamiko.
You're so welcome, Dr. J. You're so welcome. And now Dr. Janine is killing the game. Trust me, she is killing it. So thanks for being here.
We actually talk about stress on a regular basis. And I mean, right now it is at an all-time high. And a lot of people, when I talk to them and I say, on my intake paperwork, I say, what is your level of stress? Are you under any undue stress from marital problems or relationships or job stress or anything like that? A lot of people are like, oh, no, I'm fine. Well, what you don't realize is that stress affects your body physically, even if you don't feel like you're stressed mentally. And there are some very specific signs and symptoms that you may be dealing with the effects of stress. And I want to just go over some of those with you because sometimes you recognize it and sometimes you don't. But there's some powerful things that we can do to mitigate this stress and to help our bodies not only to heal, but to be more resilient. And resilience is key right now.
It is resilience. Yes, Dr. Ridgway. Please tell us, what are some of the ways that we are stressed out but don't recognize it?
Okay, so number one, if you have a really hard time waking up in the morning, that alarm goes off and you got to, hit snooze 3-4 times, or you're like, oh my God, is it time? That's a pretty good sign that you're stressed. And your body has two glands. They sit right on top of your kidneys. They're called the adrenal glands. These are the glands that help your body deal with stress. They produce all of your hormones, your vitality hormones, your feel-good hormones, your anti-inflammatories. And so they're really, really important. So these are some of the signs that those glands have been under stress too long and it's now starting to affect your health. Another one is you may get a good night's sleep, but you wake up still feeling tired. Morning fatigue is a key sign. And this is something that will lead to some other issues that I'm going to talk about in a minute. But just waking up, even after you've been asleep and not feeling rested, not feeling ready to go. Salt cravings, chips, pretzels, popcorn, crunchy, salty things. That is a pretty good sign. And now with us being quarantined, I know that that's one that people are really struggling with, the snacking, lethargy, just not feeling the normal amount of energy, not feeling the motivation to do things that you normally would do, that you normally love. Sometimes your work can be affected. You're just not motivated. You sit down, you've got all these grand ideas, and then it's just like,
forget about it.
Increased effort to do your regular everyday tasks. Things that used to be easy now seem a lot harder. It just seems like, oh my goodness. Okay, this is a big one, especially for our couples out here. Decreased sex drive. I hear that all the time. People all the time. Yeah. And it is one of the major, and actually it's one of the first signs that your body is really overstressed, overburdened, and you don't have a lot of resources. And so when you're having a hard time just living and surviving, the last thing your body wants to do is be in the lane of procreation. So that's another one.
Doctor, does that affect both men and women?
Absolutely. Yes, it does. Yes, it does. Mm-hmm. Now, I will, women are usually I actually see a lot more women because men typically don't come to the doctor unless they're in major pain or unless something is not working below the waist. Those are the reasons that men will come to the doctor. And then, they'll kind of sneak it in at the end. They don't really want to say it, but it's very, very common and it's happening younger and younger. And I do believe that it's because of some of these stress factors and that we just need to recognize it and then do what we can do to overcome them. Another one is having a decreased ability to deal with stress. So when you find yourself irritable and cranky and everybody gets on your nerves and you're snapping at people, and that doesn't always work well in the workplace. And so that's a sign, Some people notice that if they get up too quickly or if they're laying down and they get up, they kind of have to, get themselves together. They feel a little headed when standing up. That's another sign. Feeling down, mild depression.
Oh, wow.
And less enjoyment in life, again, things that you used to enjoy. Now we even have to even rise above that more because a lot of the things that we enjoy have been taken away. And so we kind of find ways to shift and to adapt. And so there's so many.
Dr. Ridgway, would that affect teenagers and kids now as well?
Yes. It's really having a huge toll on the children. And I feel for them because they don't have as much perspective as we have, to know that it's going to be okay. They don't necessarily have the level of faith. And so, yes, it has a huge impact. And as I go through these things that we can do, this applies to the whole family. This really applies to everybody. Another big one is brain fog, feeling foggy, feeling like you can't quite get your thoughts together, feeling less productive. Are you related to any of these? Because I know that I am.
Yes, ma'am.
Your memory might be less accurate. And then there's some really specific physical signs. As I was saying earlier, having a hard time waking up and then feeling like, okay, you don't kind of get going until about 10 a.m. Then you might be okay. But then in the middle of the day, that hour right in the middle between 2 and 4 o'clock, you feel like you crash. And then
Mhm.
people will reach for another coffee or soda or a snack, something sweet to kind of get them going. And then in the evening, they kind of get going and get a second wind and typically stay up too late and then go through this whole cycle again. And
See,
so these are,
that happens to me, the second wind.
yes, very, very common signs of stress. But the good news is that there's so much that we can do to alleviate that. And
What
so
can
I
you
always,
do, sister?
always want to leave you with good news.
Yay!
So I'm going to run through some of my favorite things. I have a couple. I'm going to hold up a picture in a minute because there's something you have to see. It's my absolute favorite hack for stress in the body. But I'm going to start off light. And basically, I just want you to learn how to pace yourself. Know that it's okay to kind of slow down a little bit. It's okay to pace yourself. Don't push yourself to exhaustion. A lot of us are working from home now, and that's challenging in and of itself because we have a hard time figuring out where to cut it off, where to end that work day and start your life. And that's hard. And so you need to set some boundaries for yourself. You need to set some boundaries. Be compassionate to yourself. Give yourself a break. Don't beat yourself up. The negative self-talk is a huge problem.
It
and
is.
so learning how to, do positive affirmations. Sometimes you can go on YouTube and just look up, inspirational, motivational talks. And there's so much. I listen to this every morning as I'm getting ready because it truly makes a difference. What you put in your brain, what you program yourself with is what's going to come out. And that's what's going to color your worldview and your whole perception.
Yes.
So, yeah, even though we might be getting the same news, somebody that has a positive outlook is going to have a whole different experience. And so I want to urge you to make sure you're doing that every day. Making sure you're fueling your body properly. We get busy or, we get caught up in our work. We don't eat. We don't drink our water. And when we go too long without eating, that in and of itself is a stress to the body.
Yes.
Yeah, these adrenal glands, they actually keep our blood sugar balance between meals. And so when we're going too long and we're not fueling properly, it's throwing our body off. It's throwing us into a cycle of more stress that we do not need on top of everything else. I want you to make sure that you are looking at the things that surround you, looking at the people, the places, and the things that you're involving yourself with. And I want you to look for energy robbers. I want you to actually take a piece of paper and I want you to make a list. On one side, I want you to put bad for me, things that drain my energy, things that take away from my energy and vitality and health. And on the other side, I want you to put good for me, things that make me feel alive, that make me feel healthy, things that I love. And I really want you to list everything in your life right now that falls in those two categories. And then in the bad for me column, I want you to rank the top 5. And we're not going to make it overwhelming. You don't have to go cold turkey, but I want you to take number 1. And I want you to make a plan to eliminate number 1.
Wow.
And once you eliminate that one thing, I want you to feel how much of a relief it is, how much of a difference, how much more energy you have for the things that matter. And that's what you do. And you eliminate those things one at a time. So energy robbers, they got to go. Another thing that you can do is we tend to, when we get into this stress mode, our heart is beating, our body is keyed up. It's almost like we're idling too high. And that's called sympathetic dominance. And it's like our body is primed and ready to fight. It's ready to go out there and get this lion, tiger, or bear. But there isn't one. So we have to learn how to bring ourselves back down. And so a couple things that you can do are breathing exercises. This is one that I have to preach to myself about because I'm notoriously bad at it. But you've got to learn how to breathe. You've got to learn belly breathing, where you're taking that breath all the way down into your belly and just slowing down your breathing and letting it go. There's a lot of guided videos that you can find on that as well, but that's really going to help your body to relax. My favorite, this is the top thing I can give you in this talk right now, is called restoration posture. And Tamika, I know you are familiar with this. We have talked about this on several occasions. But restoration posture is a way that actually changes your physiology. It actually takes your body on a physical perspective out of that stress mode and into healing, recuperation, restoration, improved digestion, all of that. Because when we're stressed, our digestive system is not working very well either.
You know.
And so this actually helps on a physical level to do that. And what you do, I'm going to hold this up so that you can see.
Oh, wow.
Okay, so this is the posture. You put your legs up over a chair or over an ottoman, and you just simply lay there for 15 to 20 minutes. The key to this is that you've got to cut out all of the distractions. No keys, no cell phone, no, you can't be, no spouses, no boyfriends, girlfriends, children. I mean, you really have to isolate yourself, make it a quiet environment. Do that for 15 to 20 minutes at least once a day. And I promise you, it's almost like flipping a switch. You will feel the difference. That is huge. Prayer, pray these things. It's not just cliche. This is true. So you just want to get quiet time and just pray. If you're not a praying person, just relax, meditate, whatever you need to do, but you need to just relax your body and remind yourself of the positive things. Remind yourself of the things to be grateful for. Gratitude is huge, huge. Getting a notebook and just writing every day 3 or 4 things that you're grateful for. Right now we're grateful for toilet paper.
Listen,
for water,
you can tell us.
Yes. Just that's important. Sleep. Sleep, my beautiful people. I mean, I don't know who told us that it was good to not sleep and just work half the night and go on 3-4 hours, because even the people that feel like they can do it, you feel, oh, I'm good. I can get 3-4 hours and I'm good. Well, you get away with it until the day that you don't. And I promise you, those things are adding up and it's going to catch up to you. Our bodies have not changed in all these years that humans have been around. And we need 7 to 8 hours of good quality sleep, period. So make sure you're getting your sleep, make it a priority. Your environment, make sure it's dark, make sure it's quiet, cool, just so that you can get into a good sleep. One of the best things that you can do at night is to actually turn off your Wi-Fi router. I know that sounds like and everything else.
Second window. I don't got no Wi-Fi.
That's a whole different story. But let me just tell you, those energies and frequencies that come out of the Wi-Fi routers are very, very stressful to your body. And so at least for those 7 or 8 hours overnight, or 6, however many it is, at least for that time when your body is trying to relax, replenish, repair, build healthy skin, build healthy nails, that's the time that you need to do it. They've actually done studies that show where just improving the sleep quality improved acne, because your skin heals and repairs at night as well. So turning off that Wi-Fi router at night relieves all of those extra stressful energies and allows your body to heal. Also, these darn cell phones, I mean, they're a necessary evil. We all have them, but they also emit a lot of frequencies that are stressful to your body. And so making sure you're keeping them off of yourself, not keeping them in your bra, in your pocket, on your belt loop. Men, you keep them on your belt right over your liver on the right side. That's not good. So making sure you're keeping them off of your body, on airplane mode whenever you can. There's technologies that you can get that help to mitigate those frequencies. But that's one thing that's really important. And then I'm going to wind it down with, let's see, 2 more things.
Okay.
Grounding. Grounding is where you get outside and you put your feet on the earth and you reconnect with the earth. And what that does is it helps to diffuse some of the tension, some of the inflammation in your body, and restore I knew it was going to happen. Restore the vibrancy. And so that's really important. Now, we can't get to the beaches and things like we used to, but if you can get outside, if you can just go out in your yard where it hasn't been sprayed with pesticides and do that, that is powerful. And then laughter. Finding something that makes you laugh, finding something that makes you laugh is really, really powerful.
That's good. Thank you so much, Dr. J.
You're welcome.
A lot of those, I don't go to bed without doing the restoration posture, or I try to, because it really relaxes me. And I'll call you and say, oh, I'm feeling a certain way. And you're like, well, did you do the posture? And sure enough, after 20 minutes, I am so relaxed. I have no choice but to go to sleep.
It's huge. It makes such a difference. It makes such a difference. One moment, I'm trying to get my daughter to go answer the door so the dog can stop barking.
No, you're fine. Things happen. Well, I'm going to close this out. So again, Dr. J, thank you so much. But let's talk about what's new with you before we go. What's new, and how do people find you?
Okay, so 1 second. Get the door, Jordan. Get the door. Okay. Well, there's so many things that are new. First of all, the way that you find me, I actually work remotely quite a bit. I have a remote practice. I see a lot of people here locally out of Marietta, Georgia, but I also see a lot of people remotely. And the way that that works is that I do basically telemedicine that you're hearing about. I've been doing this for years. Mm-hmm. I'll do blood work where I do comprehensive blood exams. I do hair tissue mineral analysis, which is a great test to show me what's going on metabolically in your body. It shows your adrenals, your thyroid, your how you process your carbohydrates, how you process your proteins, whether you have any heavy metal toxicity. It's a lot of information. And I put together a comprehensive protocol for you involving whole food supplements, homeopathy, lifestyle changes, everything that we need to do to optimize your vitality and also to overcome any chronic and degenerative health, problems that you might have had. And so that is what I do with patients. I also offer a full range of supplements, whether or not you come in to see me. I offer consultations, full range of supplements, because I just want to see people winning with their health. I want to see people optimize and vitalize. I offer these, which are so very important, which are cell phone chips, and those actually go on your cell phone to help the negative effects of all of those frequencies that are affecting your brain and your body's energy and your body's ability to detoxify.
I have those on my computer as well.
Yes, that's a necessity as well.
Okay. All right. So I wanted to leave everyone with this. There's a quote by Helen Keller that says, although the world is full of suffering, it is also full of the overcoming of it. So just a reminder that everyone is resilient. So let's continue to stay positive. Dr. Ridgway just spoke to us about ways to combat stress. So let's do the work, guys, because trust me, I don't know about you, but I have been feeling the effects of it. And the tips that she's giving, trust me, I've called her up personally and said, hey, I need help.
And, one of the things I always tell people is that, it's better choices for better health, but every little step you make in the right direction is a step in the right direction. So never feel overwhelmed. It's not like you have to do everything on that list all at once. Take a couple things that you can do those, and then you add to it incrementally.
Yes. Yes, indeed. But thank you so much, everyone. We're going to close it out. Thanks for joining us. I don't know if anybody wrote any comments because I'm not seeing it on here, but I will go back. Thanks to those who shared. I appreciate y'all, but keep an eye out for more A Cup of Resilience with Tamiko Drummond, the brand success coach. Once you choose us, they will never stop talking about you. Talk to you soon. Bye, guys.
Bye.